After everything that went down on night one, the overbooking, the distractions, the feeling that WrestleMania had turned into some kind of corporate content machine, I came into night two with low expectations. Like, really low. Because this was make or break. This wasn't just another show. This was WWE's chance to either fix everything or double down on the same mistakes. And I'm not gonna lie, night two actually delivered. Not perfectly, not flawlessly, but it delivered where it mattered. And the biggest reason? They finally did what they refused to do on night one. They trusted the wrestling. They trusted the moments. They trusted the talent. Because when you look at this show, there are two things that instantly stand out. Number one, the main event. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns didn't just deliver. It felt like a classic. Not good for modern WWE. Not pretty solid. A classic. The kind of match where you can feel the crowd hanging on every single moment. The kind of match where nothing feels rushed, nothing feels wasted, and everything builds exactly the way it should. That's what WrestleMania is supposed to be. That's what night one was missing. And then number two, they pulled the trigger on Femi, finally. No protection, no weird finish, no interference. They put him in there with Brock Lesnar, one of the most dominant names in wrestling history, and they had him win, clean. That's how you make a star. Not by teasing it, not by protecting everyone, by committing. Femi didn't just win, he looked like a future main event player. He looked like someone who belongs at the top. And that decision alone already makes night two feel bigger than night one. So yeah, overall, I'm giving WrestleMania 42 night two an 8 out of 10. Big jump. Because this time, matches had structure, moments had weight, and the show actually built towards something instead of just throwing moments at you. But let's not act like everything is perfect. The commercials? Still there. The constant branding, the interruptions, the reminders that this is a product? Still annoying. And it matters, because every time you start getting pulled into the show, something pops up to remind you you're watching a production, not just a wrestling event. That's the ceiling right now. That's what's stopping this from being a 9 or even a 10. But even with that, this felt like WrestleMania again. Now let's break this down, match by match. We kick things off with Femi versus Brock Lesnar. And right away you feel the difference. No nonsense, no overcomplication, just two monsters. Femi standing there, completely unfazed by Brock, that tells you everything. This isn't just another guy. This is someone they're building. Brock hits the Germans, tries to take control, starts getting frustrated, and that frustration, that's the story. When Brock Lesnar starts doubting himself, you know something's different. He hits the F5, and Femi recovers. That's the moment. That's the this guy is legit moment. Chokeslam, fall from grace, clean win, no interference, no garbage finish. Just a new star being made in front of your eyes. And then, Brock doesn't even need to say a word. He takes off the gloves, he takes off the boots, leaves them in the ring. That silence, that reaction, that's a WrestleMania moment. That's how you open a show. Then we move into the Intercontinental Championship ladder match, and this is where things go crazy, but in the right way. Penta, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee Jeevan Evans, Rusev, Jade McDonough. This is chaos, but it's controlled chaos. You've got Rusev just wrecking people with ladders like a tank. You've got Rey and Dragon Lee flying around like it's nothing. You've got JD doing insane stuff like that Spanish fly off the ladder. And then Penta, that Mexican destroyer onto the ladder. That's the kind of moment that gets replayed for years. But here's the key difference from night one. This wasn't just random spots. There was tension. Jeevan Evans hanging from the hook, trying to pull himself back into it. The crowd actually caring if he makes it or not. That's storytelling. And when Penta shuts it down, climbs the ladder, and retains, it feels earned. This is how you do a ladder match at WrestleMania. Next up, Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. And I'm going to be honest, this had no business being as good as it was. The build wasn't strong. It didn't feel important going in. But once that bell rang, they made it important. Trick comes in confident, but hits that bookend tribute early. Nice touch. Sami starts doing what Sami does best, pulling you into the match, making you believe, making you feel every moment. And then the little things start stacking up. Sami taking out Lil Yachty, trying to control the chaos, but it backfires. Yachty gets involved anyway. And that one moment, that one distraction, that's all Trick needs. Boom, trick shot. New United States champion. That's a star-making win right there. Then we get Dominik Mysterio versus the Demon Finn Bálor in a street fight. And this could have been overbooked, easily. But they kept it focused. Dominik comes in aggressive, swinging kendo sticks, diving, bringing the fight. Bálor answers back with control, precision, brutality. Chairs, tables, the 619 with a chair set up, near falls that actually feel believable. This felt like a fight escalating, not just chaos for the sake of chaos. And that finish? Coup de grace through the table. That's it. That's all you need. The Demon wins, and it actually feels like something. Then we move into Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley, and you can feel the difference in energy. This feels like a big match. Two stars, two presences, two forces colliding. Jade dominating early, showing that power. Rhea adjusting, surviving, fighting back. Yeah, there's interference, but it doesn't take over the match. Io Sky coming in, wiping out Mission and B-Fab, resetting everything. That actually helps the flow instead of ruining it. And when Rhea hits the Riptide, that's the moment. That's the finish. That's how you crown a champion. Then we hit that weird segment. Cena announces attendance. Cool. And then suddenly, Miz, Kit Wilson, Danhausen, Comedy Chaos, and it just feels so out of place. Like we just came off a strong stretch of matches, and now we're in a completely different show. This is the kind of stuff WrestleMania doesn't need. It breaks momentum. Right. Let's talk about the main event. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship, with the stipulation that if Roman loses, he's gone. This is what WrestleMania is supposed to feel like. From the moment they stepped into the ring, you could feel it. This wasn't rushed. This wasn't overproduced. This wasn't trying to be a viral moment. This was a fight with stakes, real stakes, and that changes everything. Because suddenly, every move matters more. Every counter feels bigger. Every near fall actually means something. They didn't go out there trying to impress you in the first 5 minutes. They didn't throw big spots just for the sake of it. They built it, slowly, deliberately. Roman playing that calculated, methodical style, controlling the pace, picking his moments. Punk answering back with that experience, that ring awareness, constantly finding ways to stay in it. And the crowd, completely locked in. That's how you know it's working. No distractions, no unnecessary interference, no nonsense taking you out of the moment. Just two top-level performers telling a story the right way. And when they started ramping things up, it felt earned. The counters got sharper, the strikes got heavier, the near falls got louder. You could feel the tension building with every second. That's something Night 1 completely missed. This match understood pacing, it understood patience, and most importantly, it trusted the audience. It didn't treat you like you needed constant chaos to stay interested. It let the moment breathe, and by the time you get to the final stretch, you're invested. You're not just watching, you're waiting to see what happens. That's the difference. That's what makes a main event feel like a main event. And by the end, it felt like a classic. Not because it had the craziest spots, not because it tried to go viral, but because it told a complete story from start to finish. That's rare right now, and honestly, it's refreshing. If this is the standard for WrestleMania main events going forward, then maybe there's still hope, because this right here, this is what it's supposed to be. So when you look at the whole picture, Night 2 fixed a lot of what Night 1 broke. Less overbooking, better pacing, more trust in the wrestlers. Still not perfect, but a huge step forward. 8 out of 10. And honestly, this is the version of WrestleMania we should have gotten from the start. Now I want to hear from you. Did Night 2 save WrestleMania 42? Or is the damage from Night 1 still too much? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this review, hit that like button. Subscribe for more real, no-filter wrestling content. And I'll see you in the next one.